Jellyfish are not actually fish at all, despite carrying that name in nearly every common language. Jellyfish belong to a completely different branch of the animal kingdom than fish, sharing no close evolutionary relationship with any true fish species. Because of this, many marine biologists prefer the term sea jelly rather than jellyfish in order to avoid the confusion caused by their misleading common name. Fish possess backbones, gills, and a relatively complex nervous system, while jellyfish possess none of these structures at all. Considering just how differently jellyfish are built compared to actual fish offers a genuine reminder that common names do not always accurately reflect an animal's true biological classification. Jellyfish have existed for more than 500 million years, making them one of the oldest animal groups still alive today. Fossil evidence suggests that jellyfish or creatures remarkably similar to them have existed for more than 500 million years, placing their origin well before dinosaurs, insects, and even most plants had yet appeared on Earth. This means jellyfish have survived multiple mass extinction events that wiped out countless other species throughout the planet's long history. Considering just how long jellyfish have already persisted, offers a genuine appreciation for just how remarkably resilient and adaptable these simple-looking creatures have proven to be across an almost unimaginable stretch of time. Jellyfish have no brain, heart, bones, or blood, yet they still manage to swim, hunt, and reproduce successfully. Despite lacking a brain, heart, bones, or blood, jellyfish still manage to successfully swim through the water, hunt for prey, and reproduce, using a comparatively simple nervous system called a nerve net spread evenly throughout their body, instead of a centralized brain. This nerve net allows jellyfish to detect light touch and chemical signals in their environment without needing any of the more complex organs most other animals rely upon. Considering just how simple a jellyfish's internal structure genuinely is, compared to how successfully it survives, offers a genuine reminder that complexity is not always required for an animal to thrive. Jellyfish are made up of roughly 95% water, making them one of the most water-rich animals found anywhere in the ocean. A jellyfish's body consists almost entirely of water, with only a small remaining fraction made up of actual solid tissue and structure. This extremely high water content helps explain why a stranded jellyfish can seem to nearly disappear once removed from the ocean and left to dry out on a beach. This watery composition also helps jellyfish remain nearly weightless within the ocean, allowing them to drift and pulse through the water using remarkably little muscular effort. Considering just how much of a jellyfish's body is simply water, offers a genuine appreciation for just how differently these creatures are built compared to nearly every other animal. Jellyfish tentacles are covered in specialized stinging cells called nematocysts, used to capture prey and defend against predators. Each individual jellyfish tentacle is covered in thousands of specialized microscopic stinging cells called nematocysts, which fire a tiny barbed harpoon-like structure whenever triggered by touch or certain chemical signals. These stinging cells inject venom directly into whatever triggered them, whether prey attempting to be captured or a potential predator attempting to attack the jellyfish. Remarkably, these stinging cells can continue firing even after a jellyfish has died, which is part of why touching a jellyfish washed up on the beach can still result in a painful sting. Considering just how automatically and independently these stinging cells continue functioning, offers a genuine reminder of just how remarkably self-contained this particular biological defense mechanism truly is. Some jellyfish species are capable of glowing in the dark through a natural process called bioluminescence. Certain jellyfish species have evolved the remarkable ability to produce their own light through a natural chemical process called bioluminescence, often used to startle potential predators or attract prey within the darker regions of the Berrivi Ocean. This glowing ability can appear as a soft, steady glow or as sudden brief flashes depending on the particular species and situation involved. Scientists have even used certain glowing proteins originally discovered within jellyfish to develop valuable tools used throughout modern biological and medical research. Considering just how useful jellyfish bioluminescence has become for both jellyfish survival and human scientific research, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much value can emerge from studying even the simplest-looking ocean creatures. Jellyfish can be found in nearly every ocean on Earth, from warm tropical waters to freezing polar seas. Jellyfish have successfully adapted to nearly every ocean environment found on Earth, ranging from warm, shallow tropical waters to the freezing depths surrounding the North and South Poles. Some species even tolerate the brackish mixed waters found where rivers meet the ocean, demonstrating remarkable environmental flexibility. This widespread global distribution helps explain why jellyfish sightings and occasional blooms occur in coastal areas throughout nearly every region of the world. Considering just how widely jellyfish have managed to spread throughout the world's oceans, offers a genuine sense of just how successfully adaptable these ancient creatures have proven to be. The box jellyfish is considered one of the most venomous marine animals on Earth, with a sting capable of causing serious harm to humans. The box jellyfish, found primarily in tropical waters around Australia and Southeast Asia, possesses venom potent enough to cause severe pain, cardiac distress, and in rare serious cases, even death in humans who are stung. This particular jellyfish earns its name from its distinctive box-shaped bell, and its tentacles can stretch several feet in length, each one covered in thousands of stinging cells. Because of this considerable danger, many beaches within box jellyfish territory post warning signs, and some regions require protective clothing during certain seasons when these jellyfish become more common. Considering just how dangerous this particular jellyfish species can become, offers a genuine reminder that not every ocean creature encountered while swimming remains entirely harmless. Jellyfish populations can sometimes grow explosively, resulting in massive groups called blooms that can stretch for miles. Under certain favorable environmental conditions, jellyfish populations can reproduce so successfully that they form massive groups called blooms, sometimes stretching for miles across the ocean's surface. These blooms can occasionally cause problems for fishing operations, power plants relying on ocean water for cooling, and swimmers hoping to avoid unwanted stings. Scientists continue studying exactly what environmental conditions tend to trigger these dramatic bloom events, including possible connections toward changing ocean temperatures and reduced numbers of natural jellyfish predators. Considering just how dramatically jellyfish populations can sometimes surge, offers a genuine appreciation for just how quickly these simple creatures can respond to favorable environmental opportunities. Jellyfish reproduce through a genuinely complex life cycle, involving multiple dramatically different body forms across their lifetime. Rather than simply growing larger from a small juvenile into an adult, the way many animals do, jellyfish pass through several dramatically different body forms throughout their life cycle, including a free-swimming larval stage, a stationary polyp stage attached to the ocean floor, and finally, the free-swimming bell-shaped medusa stage most people typically picture when imagining a jellyfish. This complex multi-stage life cycle allows jellyfish to take advantage of very different ecological niches and survival strategies at different points throughout their life. Considering just how dramatically a jellyfish's body form changes throughout its life cycle, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much biological complexity hides within these seemingly simple-looking creatures. The immortal jellyfish possesses the remarkable ability to revert back to an earlier life stage instead of dying from old age. A particular small jellyfish species, known informally as the immortal jellyfish, possesses the truly remarkable ability to revert its own cells back toward an earlier polyp life stage whenever it experiences stress, injury, or old age, effectively resetting its own biological clock rather than simply dying naturally. This process allows the immortal jellyfish to theoretically repeat this cycle indefinitely, though external threats like predation or disease still commonly end an individual's life in practice. Scientists continue studying this remarkable ability, hoping to better understand the underlying cellular mechanisms, which could potentially offer valuable insight into aging more broadly. Considering that a creature exists capable of biologically reversing its own aging process offers a genuinely fascinating reminder of just how much variation nature has produced when it comes to solving the universal challenge of survival. Jellyfish lack a centralized brain, but instead rely on a distributed nerve network spread evenly throughout their entire body. Rather than possessing a single centralized brain, jellyfish rely on a distributed nerve network, commonly called a nerve net, which spreads evenly throughout their entire body, allowing them to detect and respond to their surrounding environment without any single central control center. This distributed nervous system allows different parts of a jellyfish's body to respond somewhat independently to stimulation, which is part of why jellyfish tentacles can continue reacting even when separated from the rest of the cry's body. Despite lacking centralized cognitive processing, jellyfish still manage to successfully coordinate swimming, feeding, and basic defensive behavior. Considering just how effectively a distributed nerve network can replace a centralized brain, offers a genuine reminder that nature has developed multiple different successful strategies for processing information and coordinating behavior. Jellyfish move through the water using a simple but effective pulsing motion created by contracting and relaxing their bell-shaped body. Jellyfish propel themselves through the water using a simple rhythmic pulsing motion created by repeatedly contracting and relaxing their bell-shaped body, forcing water outward and generating forward thrust. This pulsing swimming method is remarkably energy efficient, allowing jellyfish to travel considerable distances while expending comparatively little overall energy. Some jellyfish species can also take advantage of ocean currents to travel even farther without needing to actively swim at all. Considering just how energy efficient jellyfish swimming genuinely is, offers a genuine appreciation for just how effectively this simple pulsing motion has been refined through hundreds of millions of years of evolution. Jellyfish stings can vary dramatically in severity, ranging from barely noticeable to potentially life-threatening, depending on the particular species involved. The severity of a jellyfish sting can vary dramatically depending on the particular species involved, with some stings producing only mild temporary discomfort, while others, particularly certain box jellyfish species, can produce severe pain and potentially serious medical complications, requiring immediate treatment. This considerable variation reflects the different venom compositions and delivery mechanisms different jellyfish species have evolved for their own particular hunting and defensive needs. Understanding which jellyfish species are present within a given swimming area remains an important safety consideration for anyone planning to spend time in the ocean. Considering just how much sting severity can vary between different jellyfish species offers a genuine reminder that not every jellyfish encounter carries the same level of potential risk. Jellyfish are found at nearly every depth of the ocean, from shallow coastal waters all the way down to the deep sea. Jellyfish have successfully adapted to nearly every depth of the ocean, ranging from shallow, sunlit coastal waters all the way down toward the deep, dark regions of the sea, where sunlight never reaches. Deep-sea jellyfish species have often developed unique adaptations, including bioluminescence and unusual body shapes, specifically suited toward surviving the extreme pressure and darkness found at those considerable depths. This remarkable depth range illustrates just how successfully jellyfish have managed to occupy nearly every available ocean habitat throughout their long evolutionary history. Considering just how deep certain jellyfish species can be found offers a genuine appreciation for just how thoroughly these creatures have managed to spread throughout the entire vertical extent of the world's oceans. Jellyfish feed primarily on small plankton fish eggs and occasionally other smaller jellyfish, using their stinging tentacles to capture prey. Jellyfish typically feed on small plankton fish eggs, tiny fish, and occasionally even smaller jellyfish species, capturing their prey using their stinging tentacles before drawing the captured food toward their simple mouth opening located at the center of their bell. This relatively simple feeding strategy has proven remarkably successful, allowing jellyfish to thrive across an enormous range of different ocean environments and available prey types. Some larger jellyfish species can consume surprisingly substantial quantities of food relative to their overall body size and structure. Considering just how successfully this simple feeding strategy has supported jellyfish survival across hundreds of millions of years, offers a genuine appreciation for just how effective, straightforward, biological solutions can ultimately prove to be. Jellyfish have a single opening that serves as both their mouth and their anus, rather than having two completely separate openings. Unlike most animals which possess a separate mouth and anus, jellyfish instead possess a single opening located at the center of their bell that serves double duty, functioning as both the entry point for food and the exit point for waste. This simple digestive arrangement reflects the overall biological simplicity that has characterized jellyfish throughout their long evolutionary history. Despite this relatively basic digestive system, jellyfish still manage to successfully extract sufficient nutrition from their captured prey to support their ongoing survival and reproduction. Considering just how simple a jellyfish's digestive system genuinely is compared to most other animals, offers a genuine reminder that successful survival does not always require particularly complex internal anatomy. Jellyfish can regenerate certain damaged or lost body parts, allowing them to recover from injuries that might otherwise prove fatal to other animals. Many jellyfish species possess a remarkable ability to regenerate damaged or lost body parts, including tentacles, allowing them to recover from injuries that might otherwise prove seriously harmful or fatal to animals with considerably less regenerative capacity. This regenerative ability likely contributes toward jellyfish's overall evolutionary success by allowing individual jellyfish to survive and recover from predator attacks or accidental injury. Scientists studying jellyfish regeneration continue hoping to better understand the underlying biological mechanisms, which could potentially offer valuable insight relevant toward human medical research. Considering just how effectively jellyfish can regenerate damaged body parts, offers a genuine appreciation for just how resilient these seemingly fragile-looking creatures actually prove to be. Jellyfish blooms can sometimes provide valuable ecological benefits despite the challenges they occasionally create for humans and other marine life. While jellyfish blooms can create genuine challenges for fishing operations and coastal industries, they also provide valuable ecological benefits, including serving as an important food source for certain sea turtles, fish, and other marine predators specifically adapted to feed on jellyfish despite their stinging defenses. This means jellyfish blooms are not simply a nuisance, but instead play a genuine ongoing role within broader ocean food webs. Understanding this ecological complexity helps researchers and policymakers develop more balanced approaches toward managing jellyfish populations rather than viewing them purely as a problem to be eliminated. Considering that jellyfish blooms provide genuine ecological value, despite their occasional inconvenience, offers a genuine reminder that even seemingly troublesome natural phenomena often serve an important ongoing ecological purpose. Jellyfish have survived multiple mass extinction events that eliminated the vast majority of species alive at the time throughout Earth's history. Fossil evidence suggests jellyfish have successfully survived multiple mass extinction events throughout Earth's long history, including catastrophic events that eliminated the vast majority of other species alive at that particular time. This remarkable survival record suggests jellyfish possess some combination of biological simplicity, flexibility, and resilience that has allowed them to persist through conditions that proved fatal for countless other, more complex animal groups. Considering just how many mass extinction events jellyfish have already successfully survived, offers a genuine appreciation for just how remarkably resilient these ancient creatures have proven to be across an almost unimaginably long stretch of geological time. Some jellyfish species have developed symbiotic relationships with algae living directly within their transparent tissue, similar to coral. Certain jellyfish species have developed a symbiotic relationship with tiny algae living directly within their transparent tissue, receiving nutrients produced through the algae's own photosynthesis, while providing the algae with shelter and access to sunlight in return. This type of relationship closely resembles the well-known symbiotic partnership between coral and similar algae species. Jellyfish species relying on this symbiotic relationship typically remain within shallow sunlit waters where their algae partners can successfully photosynthesize. Considering that jellyfish can form this kind of mutually beneficial partnership offers a genuine appreciation for just how interconnected and cooperative ocean ecosystems can ultimately become even among seemingly simple creatures. Jellyfish tentacles can vary enormously in length, with some species possessing tentacles stretching well over 100 feet. Certain jellyfish species, particularly the lion's mane jellyfish, possess remarkably long tentacles, capable of stretching well over 100 feet in especially large individuals, making them among the longest known animals on Earth. When measured by overall body length, including their trailing tentacles, these extraordinarily long tentacles allow the jellyfish to cover a considerable surrounding area while hunting for prey, drifting through the water column. Despite their impressive length, these tentacles remain remarkably thin and delicate, requiring careful handling by any researchers hoping to study them up close. Considering just how extraordinarily long certain jellyfish tentacles can grow, offers a genuine sense of just how impressively this particular hunting adaptation has been developed through evolution. Jellyfish do not actively seek out humans to sting, but instead typically sting only when accidentally touched or threatened. Jellyfish generally do not actively pursue or seek out humans to sting, but instead typically deploy their stinging cells only when something, including an unsuspecting swimmer, accidentally brushes against their tentacles or otherwise triggers their automatic defensive response. This means most jellyfish stings result from accidental contact rather than any deliberate, aggressive behavior on the jellyfish's part. Understanding this helps clarify that jellyfish are not malicious predators specifically targeting humans, but instead simply react automatically according to their basic biological programming. Considering that jellyfish stings typically result from accidental rather than intentional contact, offers a genuine reminder that these creatures are simply following their own natural instincts rather than deliberately seeking to cause harm. Jellyfish can detect light using simple light-sensing structures, despite lacking anything resembling true eyes in most species. While most jellyfish species lack anything resembling true complex eyes, many possess simple light-sensing structures called ocelli, allowing them to detect changes in light and darkness, helping guide basic behaviors like swimming toward the proges, surface or away from bright, direct sunlight. Certain more advanced jellyfish species, particularly box jellyfish, have developed surprisingly complex eyes, complete with lenses and retinas, despite still lacking any centralized brain capable of fully processing detailed visual information. This considerable variation in visual capability across different jellyfish species illustrates just how differently various species have evolved to sense and respond to their surrounding environment. Considering that some jellyfish possess surprisingly sophisticated eyes, despite lacking a brain, offers a genuine reminder that complex sensory organs do not always require an equally complex central nervous system to accompany them. Jellyfish polyps can produce multiple new jellyfish through a process called budding, allowing rapid population growth under favorable conditions. During the stationary polyp stage of their complex life cycle, jellyfish can reproduce asexually through a process called budding, where the polyp produces multiple small disc-shaped juveniles that eventually detach and develop into free, swimming jellyfish. This budding process allows a single polyp to potentially produce numerous individual jellyfish, offering one possible explanation for how jellyfish populations can sometimes grow so explosively during a bloom event. This asexual reproduction stage complements the more traditional sexual reproduction that also occurs during the adult medusa stage of a jellyfish's overall life cycle. Considering how efficiently jellyfish polyps can multiply through budding offers a genuine appreciation for just how effectively this particular reproductive strategy supports rapid population growth when environmental conditions happen to favor it. Jellyfish have no need for a heart or circulatory system, since their thin body allows oxygen and nutrients to diffuse directly through their tissue. Because a jellyfish's body remains remarkably thin throughout most of its structure, oxygen and essential nutrients can simply diffuse directly through their tissue without requiring a dedicated heart or circulatory system to actively pump these substances throughout their body. This simple diffusion-based system works effectively precisely because jellyfish bodies remain so thin, allowing every cell to remain close enough to the surrounding water for efficient direct exchange to occur. This elegant simplicity illustrates how jellyfish have successfully avoided needing many of the more complex organ systems found throughout most other animal groups. Considering how effectively simple diffusion can replace an entire circulatory system offers a genuine appreciation for just how efficiently jellyfish biology has been streamlined through their long evolutionary history. Jellyfish have inspired scientific research into materials capable of self-healing based on their remarkable regenerative capabilities. The remarkable regenerative abilities displayed by many jellyfish species have inspired scientific research into developing new self-healing materials and technologies that might eventually mimic some of the underlying biological principles jellyfish use to successfully repair damaged tissue. This kind of bio-inspired research represents a growing broader scientific trend, where researchers study successful biological adaptations found throughout nature, hoping to apply similar principles towards solving human engineering and medical challenges. Considering that jellyfish regeneration has inspired genuine scientific research into new materials, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical scientific value can emerge from carefully studying even the simplest and most ancient-looking creatures. Jellyfish tentacles continue to sting even after being separated from the main body, which is why washed-up jellyfish remain dangerous to touch. Jellyfish stinging cells can remain active and capable of firing even after a tentacle has been separated from the jellyfish's main body, which is precisely why touching a jellyfish that has washed up on shore or even a separated tentacle floating in shallow water can still result in a painful sting. This is part of why beach safety guidelines often recommend avoiding contact with any jellyfish encountered on the beach, regardless of whether it appears alive or already dead. Understanding this particular safety consideration helps beachgoers avoid unnecessary painful encounters with jellyfish remains. Considering that jellyfish stinging cells can remain dangerous even after separation from the main body, offers a genuine reminder that caution around jellyfish remains warranted even when the animal itself appears no longer alive. Jellyfish species display an enormous range of different sizes, from creatures smaller than a fingernail to giants with bells several feet across. Jellyfish species display an enormous overall range in size, with some of the smallest species measuring barely larger than a fingernail, while the largest species can possess a bell, measuring several feet across, accompanied by trailing tentacles stretching considerably farther still. This dramatic size range reflects the enormous diversity found throughout the broader jellyfish family tree, which includes numerous different species, each adapted toward their own particular ecological niche and typical prey. Considering just how much jellyfish size can vary between different species, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much overall diversity exists within this single broad category of ocean creature. Jellyfish continue to captivate scientists and casual ocean observers alike, offering an endlessly fascinating subject, despite their deceptively simple biological structure. Considering everything explored so far throughout tonight's journey, jellyfish continue to captivate both dedicated scientists and casual ocean observers alike, offering an endlessly fascinating subject for study, despite their deceptively simple overall biological structure lacking a brain, heart, or bones. This considerable ongoing fascination reflects just how much genuine wonder can be found within even the most seemingly basic-looking creatures once studied in sufficient careful detail. Considering how much continued curiosity jellyfish continue to inspire, offers a genuine reminder that biological simplicity does not necessarily mean biological boredom. Jellyfish are able to survive in low-oxygen ocean environments, where many other marine animals struggle to survive. Jellyfish possess a remarkable tolerance for low-oxygen ocean environments, where many other more complex marine animals struggle to successfully survive, giving jellyfish a genuine competitive advantage within certain particular ocean regions experiencing reduced oxygen levels. Some researchers have suggested that jellyfish populations might actually benefit from certain human-caused ocean changes, including areas experiencing reduced oxygen due to pollution or warming, since these conditions can eliminate jellyfish competitors and predators, while jellyfish themselves continue tolerating the reduced oxygen relatively well. This particular tolerance offers valuable insight into how jellyfish might respond to certain ongoing environmental changes affecting the world's oceans. Considering just how well jellyfish tolerate low oxygen conditions compared to many other marine animals, offers a genuine appreciation for just how resilient their basic biology has proven to be under challenging environmental life circumstances. Jellyfish species can be found forming large aggregations near the surface during certain times of day related to feeding or reproduction patterns. Many jellyfish species display a behavior called diel, vertical migration, where they move toward the surface during certain periods, particularly at night, and retreat toward deeper water during the day, likely related to feeding opportunities, and avoiding visual predators that rely on sunlight to successfully hunt. This daily vertical movement pattern helps jellyfish balance the competing needs of successful feeding and predator avoidance throughout each daily cycle. Observing this predictable pattern has helped researchers better understand and predict jellyfish behavior across different times of day. Considering how consistently jellyfish follow this daily vertical movement pattern offers a genuine appreciation for just how much organized behavior exists within creatures, lacking any centralized brain to coordinate it. Jellyfish stings are triggered by physical contact and certain chemical signals, rather than any deliberate decision-making process. A jellyfish sting occurs automatically triggered by physical contact, combined with certain chemical signals detected by the stinging cell itself, rather than through any deliberate decision-making process on the jellyfish's part given. Their lack of a centralized brain capable of making such conscious choices. This automatic triggering mechanism means jellyfish stings function essentially as a pure biological reflex rather than any calculated defensive or offensive strategy. Understanding this helps clarify that jellyfish stings represent simple, automatic biological responses rather than any form of deliberate, targeted aggression. Considering how automatically jellyfish stinging cells respond to triggering stimuli offers a genuine reminder of just how much sophisticated behavior can emerge from purely automatic biological mechanisms without requiring any centralized, conscious decision-making at all. Jellyfish species have been found drifting in ocean currents, traveling considerable distances from their original location. Because jellyfish are relatively weak swimmers compared to many other ocean animals, they often rely heavily on ocean currents to carry them across considerable distances, sometimes ending up far from where they originally developed. This current-driven drifting helps explain why jellyfish blooms can sometimes appear somewhat unpredictably in locations where they had not previously been commonly observed. Understanding ocean current patterns has become an important tool for researchers attempting to predict where and when jellyfish blooms might potentially occur. Considering how significantly ocean currents influence jellyfish distribution offers a genuine appreciation for just how much these creatures depend on the broader movement of ocean water itself, rather than relying primarily on their own swimming ability alone. Jellyfish species have adapted transparent or translucent bodies, which likely helps them avoid detection by potential predators. Many jellyfish species have evolved transparent or translucent bodies, which likely helps camouflage them against detection by potential predators within the open ocean environment, where there are few solid objects to hide behind. This transparency represents a particularly elegant camouflage strategy, well suited toward an environment offering little other opportunity for physical concealment. Some jellyfish species take this transparency even further, developing nearly invisible bodies that can be extremely difficult for both predators and human observers to spot, even at relatively close range. Considering how effectively transparency serves as camouflage within the open ocean, offers a genuine appreciation for just how well suited this particular adaptation has become for jellyfish survival. Jellyfish species can detect and respond to gravity using specialized sensory structures that help them orient themselves within the water. Jellyfish possess specialized sensory structures called statocysts, containing tiny mineral particles that shift according to gravity, helping the jellyfish determine which direction is up, allowing them to properly orient their body while swimming through the water. This gravity-sensing ability helps jellyfish maintain proper orientation even in the absence of any visual reference points, particularly useful within deeper, darker ocean regions where visibility remains extremely limited. This relatively simple sensory adaptation illustrates yet another example of how jellyfish successfully navigate their environment, despite lacking many of the more complex sensory organs found throughout other animal groups. Considering how effectively these simple gravity-sensing structures help jellyfish maintain proper orientation, offers a genuine appreciation for just how many creative sensory solutions exist throughout the natural world. Jellyfish populations play an important role as both predator and prey within complex ocean food webs. Jellyfish occupy an important dual role within ocean food webs, serving simultaneously as active predators, consuming plankton, fish, eggs, and smaller jellyfish, while also serving as prey for various larger predators, including sea turtles. Certain fish species and some seabirds specifically adapted to safely consume jellyfish despite their stinging defenses. This dual predator and prey role illustrates just how deeply integrated jellyfish remain within broader ocean ecosystem dynamics, despite sometimes being viewed simply as a nuisance by humans. Understanding this ecological complexity helps researchers better appreciate jellyfish's genuine ongoing ecological importance. Considering just how central a role jellyfish play within ocean food webs offers a genuine reminder that even creatures without a brain can still occupy a genuinely significant ecological position. Jellyfish species have been studied extensively by scientists, hoping to better understand the evolutionary origins of nervous systems more broadly. Because jellyfish represent one of the earliest branching animal groups to possess any form of nervous system at all, scientists studying the evolutionary origins of nervous systems more broadly have found jellyfish to be an especially valuable subject for comparative study. Understanding how a jellyfish's relatively simple nerve net functions can offer valuable insight into how considerably more complex nervous systems, including the human brain, may have gradually evolved from simpler ancestral starting points. This kind of comparative evolutionary research helps place human neurological complexity within a broader evolutionary context, extending back towards some of the very earliest nervous systems to ever exist. Considering how valuable jellyfish continue proving for understanding nervous system evolution, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much broader scientific insight can emerge from studying even the simplest possible nervous systems. Jellyfish species can sometimes be affected by ocean acidification and changing water temperatures, though their overall resilience often exceeds that of many other marine animals. While ocean acidification and changing water temperatures affect nearly all marine life to some degree, jellyfish generally display considerable resilience compared to many other more sensitive marine animal groups, helping explain why. Jellyfish populations sometimes appear to thrive, even as other species within the same ecosystem struggle under changing ocean conditions. This relative resilience has led some researchers to suggest that jellyfish could become an increasingly dominant presence within certain ocean ecosystems as broader environmental changes continue affecting the world's oceans. Considering how well jellyfish appear to tolerate changing ocean conditions compared to many other marine species, offers a genuine reminder that environmental change does not affect every species equally. Jellyfish continue to demonstrate that evolutionary success does not require complexity, but can instead be achieved through remarkably simple and efficient biological solutions. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's journey so far, jellyfish continue to demonstrate that genuine evolutionary success does not necessarily require biological complexity, but can instead be successfully achieved through remarkably simple, efficient, and well-refined biological solutions developed and tested across hundreds of millions of years. This enduring lesson extends well beyond jellyfish biology alone, offering a valuable, broader reminder that simplicity itself can represent a genuinely powerful and effective evolutionary strategy. Considering how successfully jellyfish have thrived through biological simplicity, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much can be accomplished without requiring unnecessary additional complexity. Jellyfish species come in an enormous variety of shapes, ranging from classic dome-shaped bells to unusual elongated or box-shaped bodies. Jellyfish species display considerable variation in overall body shape, ranging from the classic dome-shaped bell most people typically picture when imagining a jellyfish to considerably more unusual, elongated box, shaped, or even flattened body forms depending on the particular species and its typical swimming style. This variation in body shape reflects different evolutionary adaptations suited toward each species, particular swimming pattern, hunting strategy, and typical ocean habitat. Some of the more unusual shaped jellyfish species can appear almost alien in their overall structure when observed closely. Considering just how much shape variation exists among different jellyfish species, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much diversity has emerged from what might initially seem like a relatively simple basic body plan. Jellyfish can detect and respond to certain chemical signals in the water, helping them locate potential prey or avoid predators. Jellyfish possess chemical sensing capabilities, allowing them to detect certain chemical signals dissolved within the surrounding water, which can help guide behaviors, including locating potential prey or detecting the presence of nearby predators. This chemical sensing ability complements their other sensory capabilities, including light detection and gravity sensing, together forming a surprisingly capable overall sensory system, despite the absence of any centralized brain to process this information. Understanding exactly how jellyfish integrate information from these different sensory channels remains an active area of ongoing scientific research. Considering just how many different sensory capabilities jellyfish possess, despite lacking a brain, offers a genuine appreciation for just how sophisticated distributed sensory processing can ultimately become. Jellyfish species have been found in some of the deepest and most extreme ocean environments, including hydrothermal vent regions. Certain jellyfish species have been discovered thriving within some of the most extreme ocean environments known, including regions near deep-sea hydrothermal vents, where scalding mineral-rich water flows directly from the ocean floor. These extreme environment jellyfish have developed specific adaptations, allowing them to tolerate conditions that would prove fatal to most other marine animals. Discovering jellyfish thriving within such extreme environments continues to expand scientists' broader understanding of just how far jellyfish adaptability genuinely extends. Considering that jellyfish can successfully inhabit even the ocean's most extreme environments, offers a genuine appreciation for just how remarkably adaptable these ancient creatures have proven to be across an enormous range of different ocean conditions. Jellyfish species have inspired considerable interest from aquarium curators, given their striking visual appearance and relatively simple care requirements compared to many fish species. Jellyfish have become increasingly popular attractions within public aquariums, given their striking visual appearance, graceful pulsing movement, and relatively straightforward care requirements compared to many considerably more demanding fish species. Specialized circular tanks called chrysals have been specifically designed to keep jellyfish safely suspended within the water without becoming trapped in corners, the way they might within a more traditional rectangular aquarium tank. This growing aquarium popularity has helped introduce many members of the general public toward the genuine beauty and fascinating biology of jellyfish, who might not otherwise have had the opportunity to observe them closely. Considering how popular jellyfish have become within public aquariums offers a genuine appreciation for just how much visual appeal these ancient, simple creatures continue to hold for curious human observers. Jellyfish species can sometimes be found living inside other marine animals in a relationship that benefits the jellyfish while causing little harm to its host. Certain small jellyfish species or their juvenile stages have occasionally been documented living inside other marine animals, including certain types of salps, in a relationship that appears to benefit the jellyfish while causing relatively little harm toward its host creature. This kind of unusual living arrangement adds further evidence toward the considerable ecological complexity and creativity found throughout jellyfish biology and behavior. Researchers continue studying these unusual relationships, hoping to better understand exactly how they develop and what specific benefits each party might receive. Considering that jellyfish can form such unusual living arrangements with other marine animals, offers a genuine reminder that ocean ecosystems contain considerably more creative biological relationships than might initially be assumed. Jellyfish species display remarkable variation in their typical swimming speed, with some species moving quite slowly, while others can swim surprisingly fast for brief bursts. While jellyfish are generally considered relatively slow swimmers compared to many other ocean animals, certain species can achieve surprisingly fast, brief bursts of speed, particularly when escaping a potential predator or capturing especially agile prey. This burst swimming capability contrasts against the more typical, slow, steady, pulsing movement jellyfish display during ordinary undisturbed swimming. Understanding this variation in swimming speed helps researchers better appreciate the genuine athletic capability jellyfish possess, despite their generally more leisurely typical pace. Considering that jellyfish can swim surprisingly fast when truly motivated, offers a genuine reminder that even generally slow-moving creatures can display impressive athletic capability under the right particular circumstances. Jellyfish species have been found to exhibit different color patterns, including translucent, blue, pink, and even bright orange, depending on the particular species. Jellyfish species display considerable variation in coloration, ranging from nearly completely transparent bodies to striking blue, pink, purple, or bright orange coloring, depending on the particular species and sometimes even the particular individual involved. This coloration can serve various different purposes, including camouflage, warning coloration, signaling potential danger to predators, or simply reflecting the particular pigments present within that species' tissue. Observing this considerable color variation offers a genuinely beautiful visual reminder of just how much diversity exists throughout the broader jellyfish family tree. Considering just how colorful certain jellyfish species can become, offers a genuine appreciation for just how visually striking these ancient simple creatures can ultimately prove to be. Jellyfish species have been the subject of ongoing genetic research, helping scientists better understand their evolutionary relationships to other early animal groups. Ongoing genetic research studying jellyfish continues helping scientists better understand their evolutionary relationships to other early branching animal groups, offering valuable insight into how the broader animal kingdom's earliest evolutionary branches gradually diverged from one another hundreds of millions of years ago. This genetic research has occasionally revealed surprising findings, challenging previous assumptions regarding exactly how different early animal groups relate to one another. Considering how much valuable evolutionary insight continues emerging from jellyfish, genetic research offers a genuine appreciation for just how significantly these ancient simple creatures continue contributing toward humanity's broader understanding of animal evolution more generally. Jellyfish species can sometimes be found stranded on beaches in large numbers following storms or unusual current patterns. Storms and unusual ocean current patterns can occasionally result in large numbers of jellyfish becoming stranded together on beaches, particularly following significant weather events that disrupt normal ocean conditions and push jellyfish populations toward shore. These stranding events can create temporary safety concerns for beachgoers, given the continued risk of stinging, even from jellyfish that have already died. Understanding the particular weather and current conditions that tend to precede these stranding events has helped some coastal communities better anticipate and prepare for potential jellyfish stranding occurrences. Considering how directly weather and ocean currents can influence jellyfish stranding events, offers a genuine reminder of just how significantly these creatures remain at the mercy of broader ocean conditions, given their relatively limited, independent swimming capability. Jellyfish continue to offer valuable scientific insight, extending well beyond marine biology alone into fields including medicine, materials, science, and evolutionary research. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's journey so far, jellyfish continue offering valuable scientific insight, extending well beyond marine biology alone, reaching into fields including medicine, materials, science, and evolutionary research, given their unique biological characteristics and remarkably long evolutionary history. This broad scientific relevance helps explain why jellyfish continue attracting considerable dedicated research attention despite their relatively simple outward appearance. Considering just how much broader scientific value continues emerging from jellyfish research, offers a genuine appreciation for just how significantly these ancient creatures continue contributing toward human scientific understanding. Across such a genuinely wide range of different research fields, jellyfish species have very few natural predators capable of successfully consuming them, despite their stinging tentacles providing considerable defense. Despite their stinging defenses, certain predators, including sea turtles, ocean, sunfish, and some specialized fish species, have developed the ability to successfully consume jellyfish as a regular part of their diet without suffering serious harm from the stinging cells. Sea turtles in particular rely heavily on jellyfish as an important food source, though this reliance has created serious problems when turtles mistakenly consume floating plastic bags, which closely resemble jellyfish drifting through the water. This unfortunate confusion illustrates one of the more tragic, unintended consequences of ocean plastic pollution affecting marine life that specifically depends on jellyfish as prey. Considering how directly ocean pollution can affect predators that rely on jellyfish, offers a genuine reminder of just how interconnected different aspects of ocean conservation ultimately remain. Jellyfish species have been found capable of surviving, being frozen and later reviving under certain specific laboratory conditions. Under certain specific controlled laboratory conditions, researchers have documented some jellyfish species, or their polyp stages, surviving being frozen and later successfully reviving, once conditions return toward normal offering. Fascinating insight into just how resilient certain jellyfish life stages can potentially become under extreme environmental stress. This remarkable resilience adds further evidence toward the broader picture of jellyfish as genuinely tough survivors, capable of enduring conditions that would prove fatal for many other more delicate marine organisms. Considering that jellyfish can potentially survive freezing under the right conditions, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much biological resilience these seemingly delicate-looking creatures actually possess. Jellyfish species can sometimes be identified by researchers through the unique pattern and arrangement of their stinging cells under microscopic examination. Researchers studying jellyfish taxonomy sometimes rely on the unique pattern and arrangement of stinging cells visible under microscopic examination as one useful tool for accurately identifying and distinguishing between closely related jellyfish species that might otherwise appear quite similar when viewed with the naked eye alone. This detailed microscopic identification method complements other identification approaches, including genetic analysis and careful observation of overall body shape and coloration. Considering how much detailed microscopic analysis is sometimes required just to accurately identify a particular jellyfish species, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much careful scientific effort underlies our current understanding of jellyfish diversity and classification. Jellyfish species have been found to respond to underwater vibrations, which may help them detect approaching predators or nearby prey. Jellyfish possess the ability to detect underwater vibrations through specialized sensory structures, which likely helps them respond appropriately to approaching potential predators or detect the presence of nearby prey moving through the predators surrounding water. This vibration sensing capability adds yet another useful sensory tool toward the broader collection of sensory capabilities jellyfish rely upon, despite lacking any centralized brain to fully process this information. Understanding exactly how jellyfish integrate vibration sensing alongside their other sensory inputs remains an active area of ongoing scientific curiosity. Considering how many different sensory capabilities jellyfish have successfully developed, offers a genuine appreciation for just how thoroughly these creatures have adapted towards successfully navigating their ocean environment. Jellyfish species have occasionally caused significant problems for coastal power plants by clogging the intake systems used to draw in ocean water for cooling. Large jellyfish blooms have occasionally caused significant operational problems for coastal power plants by clogging the intake systems, specifically designed to draw in ocean water used for cooling purposes, sometimes forcing temporary plant shutdowns until the jellyfish can be successfully cleared away. These incidents highlight one of the more unexpected practical challenges jellyfish blooms can create for human infrastructure and industry. Some power plants have since developed specialized filtration systems, specifically designed to prevent this particular kind of jellyfish-related disruption from occurring in the future. Considering how directly jellyfish blooms can disrupt human infrastructure offers a genuine reminder that these ancient simple creatures can still create genuinely significant practical challenges for modern human technology and industry. Jellyfish species display considerable variation in their typical lifespan, with some species living only a few months, while others may survive for several years. Different jellyfish species display considerable variation in their typical overall lifespan, with some smaller species living only a few months, while other considerably larger or more resilient species may survive for several years under favorable conditions. This variation reflects differences in each species' particular size, reproductive strategy, and overall biological resilience. Understanding typical lifespan patterns across different jellyfish species helps researchers better predict and model population dynamics for different species inhabiting different ocean regions. Considering just how much lifespan variation exists among different jellyfish species offers a genuine reminder that even within this single broad category of ocean creature, considerable underlying diversity continues to exist. Jellyfish species can sometimes be affected by parasites or other small organisms that attach themselves to the jellyfish's body or tentacles. Just as many other animals can host various parasites or small hitchhiking organisms, certain jellyfish species have been documented hosting small parasitic or commensal organisms that attach themselves to the jellyfish's body or tentacles, sometimes benefiting from the protection or transportation the jellyfish inadvertently provides. This kind of documented relationship adds further complexity toward the broader ecological picture surrounding jellyfish biology, illustrating that even jellyfish themselves can serve as habitat or transportation for other smaller ocean organisms. Considering that jellyfish can host their own smaller hitchhiking organisms offers a genuine reminder of just how deeply interconnected ocean ecosystems ultimately prove to be at every possible scale. Jellyfish species have been studied for their potential role in helping scientists understand how simple organisms successfully coordinate movement without centralized neural control. Researchers studying jellyfish movement and coordination continue gaining valuable insight into how relatively simple organisms lacking centralized neural control can nonetheless successfully coordinate complex behaviors, including swimming, feeding, and basic environmental responses. This research carries potential broader relevance, extending toward fields including robotics, where engineers sometimes look towards simple biological systems, like jellyfish, for inspiration when designing simple, efficient robotic movement systems. Considering how much broader engineering relevance jellyfish movement research continues, providing offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical insight can emerge from studying even the simplest possible biological movement systems. Jellyfish species have been found in freshwater environments, as well as the more commonly recognized saltwater ocean habitats. While the vast majority of jellyfish species live exclusively within saltwater ocean environments, a small number of specialized freshwater jellyfish species have also been documented, living within lakes, ponds, and other freshwater bodies. Scattered throughout various regions of the world, these freshwater jellyfish species tend to be considerably smaller than their marine relatives and generally pose little to no sting-related danger toward humans encountering them. Discovering that jellyfish can successfully adapt toward freshwater environments, in addition to their more typical saltwater habitat, offers a genuine appreciation for just how broadly adaptable this particular animal group has ultimately proven to be. Considering that jellyfish exist in freshwater as well as saltwater, offers a genuine reminder that this ancient animal group has successfully spread into a considerably wider range of environments than many people might initially assume. Jellyfish continue offering an endlessly rewarding subject for scientific study and casual curiosity alike, given their genuinely ancient origins and surprisingly sophisticated biology. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's journey so far, jellyfish continue offering an endlessly rewarding subject for both dedicated scientific study and casual everyday curiosity alike, given their genuinely ancient, evolutionary origins and their surprisingly sophisticated underlying biology, despite their outwardly simple appearance. This considerable ongoing appeal reflects just how much genuine wonder continues to be found within creatures that have successfully persisted for hundreds of millions of years using remarkably simple but effective biological solutions. Considering how much continued fascination jellyfish continue to inspire, offers a genuine reminder that ancient simplicity can remain endlessly captivating when studied with sufficient patience and genuine curiosity. Jellyfish species have been found capable of learning simple associations despite their genuinely limited nervous system complexity. Some recent research studying box jellyfish suggests they may possess a limited capacity for simple associative learning despite their relatively basic nervous system complexity, challenging previous assumptions that such learning capability requires a considerably more sophisticated centralized brain. If confirmed through additional research, this finding would represent a genuinely significant discovery regarding just how much cognitive capability can potentially emerge from even the simplest possible nervous systems. Considering that jellyfish might possess some limited learning capability, despite lacking a true brain, offers a genuinely fascinating reminder that cognitive capability may exist on a considerably broader spectrum throughout the animal kingdom than previously assumed. Jellyfish species can be found congregating near certain oceanographic features, including current boundaries, where prey tends to concentrate. Jellyfish often congregate near certain particular oceanographic features, including current boundaries and areas where different water masses meet, since these particular locations tend to concentrate plankton and other prey that jellyfish rely upon for feeding. Understanding these particular oceanographic patterns has helped researchers better predict where jellyfish populations are most likely to be found during different times of year. This kind of oceanographic knowledge also proves valuable for coastal communities, hoping to anticipate potential jellyfish bloom events before they directly affect local beaches or fishing operations. Considering how directly jellyfish distribution connects toward broader oceanographic patterns, offers a genuine appreciation for just how deeply interconnected jellyfish behavior remains with the broader physical dynamics of the ocean itself. Jellyfish species have been found to display different sting intensity depending on factors including the jellyfish's own size, age, and recent feeding history. The intensity of a jellyfish sting can vary depending on several different factors, including the individual jellyfish's own size, age, and recent feeding history, with some evidence suggesting recently fed jellyfish may deliver a somewhat different sting intensity compared to those that have gone without food for an extended period. This variation adds further complexity toward understanding jellyfish sting severity beyond simply considering species alone. Researchers continue studying these various contributing factors, hoping to better understand and potentially predict jellyfish sting severity under different specific circumstances. Considering how many different factors can influence jellyfish sting intensity offers a genuine reminder that even something as seemingly straightforward as a jellyfish sting actually involves considerable underlying biological complexity. Jellyfish species have inspired artistic and cultural representation throughout human history, particularly within coastal cultures with a long historical relationship with the ocean. Jellyfish have inspired artistic and cultural representation throughout considerable stretches of human history, particularly within coastal cultures, maintaining a long historical relationship with the ocean and its many varied inhabitants. Their graceful, pulsing movement and often striking translucent appearance have made jellyfish a popular subject for artistic representation across various different mediums and cultural traditions throughout history. This continued cultural fascination reflects the same genuine visual appeal and mysterious quality that continues attracting modern aquarium visitors and nature documentary viewers alike. Considering how consistently jellyfish have captured human artistic imagination throughout history, offers a genuine reminder that the fascination explored throughout tonight's journey reflects something genuinely enduring across considerable stretches of human cultural history. Jellyfish species have been found to respond differently to various types of light, including ultraviolet wavelengths invisible to human eyes. Some jellyfish species have been found capable of detecting and responding to ultraviolet light wavelengths completely invisible to human eyes, suggesting their visual and light-sensing capabilities may perceive their surrounding environment quite differently compared to how humans would experience that very same environment. This capability likely helps certain jellyfish species navigate and hunt more effectively, particularly during dawn and dusk periods, when ultraviolet light conditions shift considerably compared to full daylight. Considering that jellyfish may perceive light in ways fundamentally different from human vision, offers a genuine reminder that different animals can experience the very same physical environment in dramatically different sensory ways. Jellyfish species can sometimes form temporary aggregations with other jellyfish for reasons that are not always related to feeding or reproduction. Researchers have occasionally observed jellyfish forming temporary aggregations that do not appear directly connected toward either feeding opportunities or reproductive behavior, suggesting some additional social or environmental factor may sometimes influence jellyfish grouping behavior beyond the more commonly understood explanations. Understanding exactly what drives these less easily explained aggregation events remains an area of ongoing scientific curiosity and continued research. Considering that jellyfish sometimes group together for reasons researchers do not yet fully understand, offers a genuine reminder that considerable mystery still surrounds even basic aspects of jellyfish social behavior, despite considerable existing research already conducted. Jellyfish species have been found capable of detecting subtle changes in water salinity, which may help guide their movement toward more favorable conditions. Jellyfish possess the ability to detect subtle changes in surrounding water salinity, which likely helps guide their movement toward more favorable environmental conditions, particularly important near coastal areas where salinity can vary considerably due to freshwater river input or seasonal rainfall patterns. This salinity sensing capability adds yet another useful sensory tool toward the broader collection of environmental sensing abilities jellyfish rely upon for successful survival. Considering how many different environmental factors jellyfish can successfully detect and respond to, offers a genuine appreciation for just how comprehensively these creatures monitor and respond to their surrounding ocean environment. Despite lacking any centralized brain to process this information, jellyfish species have occasionally been documented displaying unusual behavior in response to significant environmental disturbances, including major storms or unusual temperature shifts. Significant environmental disturbances, including major storms, sudden temperature shifts, or unusual current patterns, have occasionally been documented, triggering unusual jellyfish behavior, including mass movement toward or away from particular coastal areas. Understanding these behavioral responses to environmental disturbance offers researchers valuable insight into just how sensitively jellyfish populations respond to changing ocean conditions more broadly. Considering how responsively jellyfish populations react to significant environmental disturbances, offers a genuine appreciation for just how attuned these creatures remain toward their broader surrounding ocean environment, despite their file dystoria's environment. Outwardly simple biological structure. Jellyfish species continue to be studied using advanced imaging and tracking technology, helping researchers better understand their movement patterns and behavior in unprecedented detail. Advanced imaging and tracking technology, including specialized underwater cameras and tagging systems, has allowed researchers to study jellyfish movement patterns and behavior in unprecedented detail, revealing new insight regarding their swimming patterns, feeding behavior, and response to changing environmental conditions. This technological progress continues, expanding scientific understanding of jellyfish biology and behavior well beyond what earlier, more limited observation methods could ever have achieved. Considering how much valuable new information continues emerging from advanced jellyfish tracking technology, offers a genuine appreciation for just how significantly modern technology continues expanding our overall understanding of these ancient ocean creatures. Jellyfish remain a powerful reminder that some of nature's most successful survival strategies rely on remarkable simplicity rather than elaborate complexity. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's especially long journey through fascinating facts about jellyfish, these remarkable creatures continue to stand as a powerful reminder that some of nature's most genuinely successful long-term survival strategies rely on remarkable underlying simplicity rather than elaborate biological complexity. Having survived for more than 500 million years through multiple mass extinction events, jellyfish offer compelling evidence that simplicity, paired with genuine adaptability, can outlast considerably more complex competing biological strategies across almost unimaginable stretches of geological time. Considering just how successfully this simple approach has served jellyfish throughout their ancient history, offers a genuinely humbling reminder of just how much can be accomplished through patient effective adaptation, rather than unnecessary added complexity. Jellyfish species have been found to display distinct pulsing rhythms that vary depending on the particular species and current swimming purpose. Different jellyfish species display distinct characteristic pulsing rhythms while swimming, with some species pulsing rapidly and continuously, while others adopt a considerably slower, more deliberate rhythm depending on their particular species and whether they are actively hunting, migrating, or simply maintaining their position within the water column. Researchers studying these varied pulsing patterns have found they can sometimes help identify particular species even from a considerable observational distance without requiring close visual inspection. Considering how much information a jellyfish's particular pulsing rhythm can reveal, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much subtle behavioral detail exists within what might initially appear to be a simple, repetitive swimming motion. Jellyfish species have occasionally been found containing microplastic particles within their tissue, reflecting the broader problem of ocean plastic pollution. Researchers studying ocean pollution have occasionally documented microplastic particles present within jellyfish tissue, reflecting the broader ongoing problem of plastic pollution affecting nearly every level of the ocean food web, including creatures as ancient and resilient as jellyfish. This finding adds further concerning evidence regarding just how pervasively plastic pollution has spread throughout the world's oceans, affecting even organisms not typically considered particularly vulnerable to environmental disturbance. Considering that even jellyfish are not entirely immune from the effects of ocean plastic pollution, offers a genuine reminder of just how far-reaching this particular environmental challenge has ultimately become. Jellyfish species have been found capable of surviving brief periods outside of water under certain humid conditions, though prolonged exposure typically proves fatal. While jellyfish generally cannot survive extended periods outside of water, given their reliance on the surrounding water for structural support and respiration, certain species can survive brief periods outside water under sufficiently humid conditions before prolonged air exposure eventually proves fatal. This limited tolerance helps explain why jellyfish stranded temporarily on wet sand or within a tidal pool may still appear alive and capable of stinging even after being removed from open water. Understanding this limited air tolerance remains an important safety consideration for anyone encountering a stranded jellyfish along the shoreline. Considering that jellyfish can survive briefly outside water under the right conditions, offers a genuine reminder that caution remains warranted even when encountering a seemingly stranded and vulnerable jellyfish. Jellyfish species have been found responding to magnetic fields in certain preliminary research, suggesting a possible additional sensory capability. Some preliminary research has suggested certain jellyfish species may possess a limited capacity to detect and respond to magnetic fields, potentially offering an additional sensory tool, helping guide their movement and orientation within the broader ocean environment. This particular research remains in a relatively early stage, requiring additional confirmation before scientists can confidently establish magnetic sensitivity as a genuinely established jellyfish sensory capability. Considering that jellyfish might possess yet another sensory capability beyond those already well established, offers a genuine reminder that considerable scientific discovery likely still remains ahead regarding the full extent of jellyfish sensory abilities. Jellyfish species have been found living successfully within both open ocean environments and considerably more sheltered coastal bay or lagoon habitats. Jellyfish species display considerable habitat flexibility, with some species thriving primarily within open ocean environments, while others prefer considerably more sheltered coastal bays, lagoons, or estuaries, offering calmer water conditions and potentially different prey availability. This habitat flexibility further illustrates just how successfully jellyfish have managed to adapt toward an enormously wide range of different ocean environments throughout their long evolutionary history. Considering how successfully jellyfish thrive across such different ocean habitat types offers a genuine appreciation for just how broadly adaptable this ancient animal group has ultimately become. Jellyfish species have inspired researchers studying fluid dynamics, given their remarkably efficient swimming mechanics, despite their comparatively simple body structure. Researchers studying fluid dynamics and efficient movement through water have found jellyfish swimming mechanics genuinely fascinating, given how much propulsive efficiency these creatures achieve, despite their comparatively simple overall body structure lacking the more complex fins and muscular systems found throughout most fish species. This research has occasionally informed the design of underwater robotic vehicles seeking to replicate some of the same energy-efficient swimming principles jellyfish have successfully developed through their long evolutionary history. Considering how much engineering inspiration jellyfish swimming continues to provide, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical value can emerge from carefully studying nature's own successful solutions to the challenge of efficient underwater movement. Jellyfish species have been documented adjusting their swimming depth in response to changing light conditions throughout the day. Many jellyfish species adjust their typical swimming depth in direct response to changing light conditions throughout each day, generally moving toward shallower waters during dawn and dusk periods when light levels shift most dramatically, while avoiding the most intense midday sunlight or the complete darkness of deep night. This daily depth adjustment behavior helps jellyfish balance successful feeding opportunities against the ongoing need to avoid visual predators that rely heavily on sunlight to successfully hunt. Considering how consistently jellyfish adjust their depth according to daily light patterns offers a genuine appreciation for just how attuned these creatures remain toward the subtle daily rhythms of their ocean environment. Jellyfish species can sometimes be distinguished from one another through subtle differences in their characteristic swimming pulse frequency measurable using specialized underwater recording equipment. Beyond simple visual observation, researchers can sometimes distinguish between different jellyfish species through subtle differences in their characteristic swimming pulse frequency measurable using specialized underwater recording equipment capable of detecting these precise rhythmic patterns even in murky or low visibility water conditions. This kind of specialized measurement technique offers researchers an additional valuable identification tool, particularly useful when visual identification proves difficult due to poor water clarity or challenging observation conditions. Considering how many different specialized techniques researchers have developed just to properly identify different jellyfish species, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much careful scientific effort continues being invested toward understanding jellyfish diversity in considerable detail. Jellyfish species have been found capable of surviving and even reproducing successfully within certain heavily polluted or degraded coastal environments where many other marine species struggle. Jellyfish have demonstrated a notable capacity to survive and even successfully reproduce within certain heavily polluted or environmentally degraded coastal areas, where many other more sensitive marine species struggle considerably to maintain healthy populations. This particular resilience has led some researchers to view jellyfish population trends as a potential indicator of broader coastal ecosystem health and degradation, particularly in regions experiencing significant human-caused environmental stress. Considering how resiliently jellyfish continue thriving, even within degraded coastal environments, offers a genuine reminder that these ancient creatures continue demonstrating remarkable adaptability even under genuinely challenging modern environmental circumstances. Jellyfish continue to remind us that patient, careful observation can reveal genuine complexity and wonder within even the most seemingly simple-looking creatures. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's extended journey through fascinating facts about jellyfish, these remarkable ancient creatures continue reminding researchers and curious observers alike that patient, careful observation can reveal genuine complexity and wonder within even the most seemingly simple-looking animals found anywhere throughout the natural world. This enduring lesson extends well beyond jellyfish biology alone, offering a valuable broader reminder regarding the genuine value of approaching every subject with sufficient patience and careful, sustained curiosity. Considering how much genuine wonder continues to be found within jellyfish, despite their outwardly simple appearance, offers a fitting reminder that first impressions rarely capture the full, genuine complexity hidden within any given subject worth exploring in careful detail. Jellyfish species have been found to display distinct feeding strategies, with some actively pursuing prey, while others simply wait for prey to drift into their tentacles. Different jellyfish species employ notably different feeding strategies, with some species actively pursuing and pulsing toward prey, while others adopt a considerably more passive approach, simply drifting through the water and waiting for suitable prey to accidentally drift into contact with their trailing tentacles. This variation in feeding strategy reflects different evolutionary adaptations suited toward each species, particular typical prey, and ocean habitat. Considering how differently various jellyfish species approach the basic challenge of feeding, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much behavioral diversity exists even within this seemingly simple category of ocean predator. Jellyfish species have been found to play a role in nutrient cycling within ocean ecosystems, similar to but distinct from the role played by whales. Just as whales contribute toward ocean nutrient cycling, jellyfish also play a meaningful role in this broader ecological process, particularly once they die and their bodies sink toward the ocean floor, releasing nutrients that support various deep-sea scavenging organisms. This nutrient cycling role adds further evidence toward jellyfish's genuine ecological importance, extending well beyond their more commonly discussed role as either predator or prey within the broader ocean food web. Considering how significantly jellyfish contribute toward ocean nutrient cycling, even after their own death, offers a genuine appreciation for just how thoroughly these creatures remain integrated within broader ocean ecosystem processes throughout their entire existence and even afterward. Jellyfish species have occasionally been studied for potential medical applications given certain compounds found within their venom and tissue. Researchers studying jellyfish, venom, and tissue have occasionally identified certain compounds showing potential medical applications, including possible pain relief properties or other therapeutic potential, still under careful ongoing investigation. While much of this research remains in relatively early experimental stages, it reflects the broader pattern of valuable medical insight, sometimes emerging from careful study of venomous or otherwise chemically unique animals throughout the patting, natural world. Considering that jellyfish venom might eventually contribute toward valuable medical treatments, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much unexpected practical value can emerge from dedicated scientific curiosity applied toward even creatures primarily known for causing painful stings. Jellyfish species have been found capable of detecting the difference between moving and stationary objects, helping them distinguish potential prey from harmless debris. Jellyfish sensory systems appear capable of distinguishing between moving objects likely representing potential prey and stationary objects more likely representing harmless debris or other non-food items drifting through their surrounding environment. This basic but genuinely useful discrimination capability helps jellyfish avoid wasting their stinging cells on objects unlikely to provide any nutritional benefit. Considering that jellyfish can make this kind of basic distinction despite lacking a centralized brain, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical discriminatory capability can emerge from even a relatively simple distributed nervous system. Jellyfish species have been documented traveling in loose groups that may offer some collective benefit, despite lacking the tight social coordination seen in more complex animals. While jellyfish generally lack the tight, coordinated social behavior displayed by considerably more complex animals like dolphins or whales, they have occasionally been documented traveling in loose groups that may offer some collective benefit, including improved feeding efficiency or reduced individual predation risk through simple safety in numbers. This kind of loose group behavior represents a considerably simpler form of collective behavior compared to the more sophisticated social coordination seen elsewhere throughout the animal kingdom. Considering that jellyfish display even this simpler form of collective behavior offers a genuine reminder that beneficial group behavior can emerge even among animals lacking sophisticated social cognition. Jellyfish species have been found to occasionally attach temporarily to floating debris or other objects during certain life stages, before eventually detaching and continuing their independent development. During certain life stages, particularly the earlier polyp stage, jellyfish sometimes attach temporarily to floating debris, rocks, or other available surfaces, before eventually detaching and continuing their independent development toward the life stage, free-swimming Medusa stage. Most people typically recognize this temporary attachment behavior offers young developing jellyfish a period of relative stability and protection before they must eventually venture out into the open water as fully independent swimming organisms. Considering how strategically jellyfish utilize temporary attachment during their vulnerable early development, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much careful biological strategy underlies even the earliest stages of a prese. Jellyfish's complex life cycle. Jellyfish species have been found in research studies to exhibit measurable physiological responses to stress, similar in basic principle, though considerably simpler than stress responses seen in more complex animals. Research studying jellyfish physiology has documented measurable physiological responses to environmental stress, including changes in pulsing rate or general activity level. though these responses remain considerably simpler compared to the more complex stress response systems found throughout considerably more advanced animals possessing a true centralized nervous system. This basic stress response capability suggests jellyfish possess at least some rudimentary ability to detect and respond to unfavorable environmental conditions beyond simple automatic reflexes alone. Considering that jellyfish display even this basic stress response capability offers a genuine reminder that meaningful environmental responsiveness can exist along a considerably broader spectrum than a simple binary distinction between conscious and purely automatic reaction might otherwise suggest. Jellyfish species have been studied by researchers hoping to better understand how simple animals successfully avoid entanglement with their own trailing tentacles while swimming. Researchers studying jellyfish movement have taken particular interest in understanding exactly how these creatures successfully avoid becoming entangled with their own considerably long trailing tentacles while actively swimming through the water. A genuinely impressive feat of basic biomechanical coordination, given how simple their overall nervous system remains. Understanding this particular coordination challenge offers valuable insight, potentially relevant toward engineering applications involving flexible trailing components on robotic or mechanical systems. Considering how impressively jellyfish avoid self-entanglement despite their simple nervous system offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical biomechanical sophistication can emerge from relatively basic underlying neural coordination. Jellyfish species continue to be discovered and formally described by researchers, with new species still being identified, even in relatively well-studied coastal regions. Despite considerable existing research already conducted into jellyfish biology, and diversity researchers continue discovering and formally describing genuinely new jellyfish species, even within relatively well-studied coastal regions, suggesting considerable additional jellyfish diversity likely still remains undiscovered, particularly within less thoroughly explored deep ocean regions. This ongoing discovery pattern illustrates that jellyfish taxonomy remains a genuinely active and continuously evolving area of scientific research, rather than an already fully completed catalogue. Considering how many new jellyfish species continue being discovered even today, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much additional jellyfish diversity likely still awaits future scientific discovery. Jellyfish remind us that even ancient and seemingly simple creatures can continue surprising researchers with new discoveries after centuries of dedicated scientific study. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's especially extended journey through facts about jellyfish, these remarkable ancient creatures continue reminding researchers that even animals studied for centuries can still surprise scientists with genuinely new discoveries as observational technology and research methods continue steadily improving over time. This ongoing capacity for surprise helps ensure that jellyfish research remains a genuinely active and rewarding area of ongoing scientific inquiry rather than an already fully completed subject. Considering how much continues being discovered about jellyfish, even after centuries of prior scientific attention, offers a genuine reminder that patient curiosity toward the natural world continues to be rewarded no matter how familiar a particular subject might initially seem. Jellyfish species have adapted specialized mouth arms in certain species which serve additional functions beyond simple food transport toward the central digestive cavity. Certain jellyfish species particularly larger ones, possess specialized oral arms extending from around their central mouth opening, which serve additional functions, including helping capture and further subdue prey before it reaches the proy. Main digestive cavity. These specialized oral arms sometimes carry additional stinging cells of their own, supplementing the stinging capability already present within the jellyfish's main trailing tentacles. Considering how many specialized structures certain jellyfish species have developed just for feeding, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much anatomical refinement has occurred, even within this relatively simple overall body plan. Jellyfish species display considerable variation in their typical tentacle number, with some species possessing only a few tentacles, while others possess many dozens. Different jellyfish species display considerable variation in the typical number of tentacles they possess, with some simpler species carrying only a few tentacles, while others, particularly certain larger species, may possess several dozen individual tentacles trailing behind their bell. This variation in tentacle number likely reflects differences in each species, particular hunting strategy, and typical prey size and abundance within their preferred habitat. Considering how much tentacle number can vary between different jellyfish species offers a genuine appreciation for just how much this seemingly simple anatomical feature has been fine-tuned differently across the broader jellyfish family tree. Jellyfish species have been found capable of adjusting their buoyancy, allowing them to maintain their position at a particular depth without requiring constant active swimming. Jellyfish possess some capacity to adjust their overall buoyancy, allowing them to maintain a relatively stable position at a particular preferred depth without requiring constant, continuous active swimming effort, helping conserve valuable energy throughout their daily activities. This buoyancy control complements their already efficient pulsing swimming method, contributing toward the overall energy-efficient lifestyle that has helped jellyfish successfully persist for hundreds of millions of years. Considering how effectively jellyfish manage their own buoyancy offers a genuine appreciation for just how many different energy-conserving strategies these creatures have successfully developed throughout their long, evolutionary history. Jellyfish species have occasionally been found containing symbiotic bacteria within their tissue that may provide various beneficial functions. Researchers studying jellyfish microbiology have occasionally documented symbiotic bacteria living within jellyfish tissue, potentially providing various beneficial functions, including assistance with digestion or protection against harmful pathogens, though this particular area of research remains relatively early in its overall development. Understanding these microbial relationships adds further complexity toward the broader picture of jellyfish biology, extending beyond simply the jellyfish's own individual cells alone. Considering that jellyfish may host beneficial bacteria similar to many other animals, including humans, offers a genuine reminder that even seemingly simple creatures can host their own complex internal microbial communities. Jellyfish species have been found responding differently to various prey types, suggesting some degree of prey selectivity rather than indiscriminate feeding on anything encountered. Rather than simply feeding indiscriminately on absolutely anything they happen to encounter, certain jellyfish species appear to display some degree of prey selectivity, responding somewhat differently depending on the particular type of terse potential prey detected through their various sensory capabilities. This suggests jellyfish feeding behavior involves more nuanced discrimination than a simple automatic reflex triggered by any physical contact alone. Considering that jellyfish display this kind of prey selectivity offers a genuine appreciation for just how much subtle behavioral sophistication can exist even within creatures lacking any centralized brain to guide more deliberate decision-making. Jellyfish species have been found to play host to certain small fish species that shelter safely among their tentacles despite the surrounding sting risk. Certain small fish species have developed a remarkable tolerance toward jellyfish stinging cells, allowing them to shelter safely among a jellyfish's trailing tentacles, gaining valuable protection from predators unable or unwilling to follow them into that particularly dangerous stinging territory. This unusual protective relationship benefits the small fish considerably, while apparently causing little meaningful harm or benefit to the jellyfish itself. Considering that certain fish have evolved specific tolerance, allowing them to safely shelter among dangerous jellyfish tentacles, offers a genuine appreciation for just how creatively different marine species can adapt to take advantage of even seemingly hazardous surrounding conditions. Jellyfish species have been studied to better understand how their relatively simple stinging cell mechanism achieves such remarkably fast and forceful deployment. Researchers studying the mechanics behind jellyfish stinging cells continue working to better understand exactly how such a relatively simple cellular mechanism manages to achieve such remarkably fast and forceful deployment, firing its barbed stinging structure in a fraction of a second once properly triggered. This rapid deployment mechanism ranks among the fastest known biological processes documented anywhere throughout the natural world. Considering just how impressively fast and forceful this particular biological mechanism genuinely is, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much remarkable engineering exists within even a single microscopic jellyfish stinging. Jellyfish species have been found to adjust their reproductive timing in response to seasonal changes in water temperature and available daylight. Many jellyfish species adjust their particular reproductive timing in direct response to seasonal changes in water temperature and available daylight hours, helping ensure that resulting offspring emerge during periods offering the most favorable conditions for successful early development and survival. This seasonal reproductive timing reflects a broader pattern seen throughout much of the natural world, where organisms carefully synchronize their reproductive behavior with the most favorable, available environmental conditions. Considering how carefully jellyfish time their reproduction according to seasonal environmental cues offers a genuine appreciation for just how much careful biological strategy underlies even this fundamental aspect of jellyfish life. Jellyfish species have occasionally surprised researchers by demonstrating unexpected resilience when relocated or introduced into new ocean regions through human activity, including ship ballast water. Jellyfish species have occasionally demonstrated unexpected resilience and adaptability when accidentally relocated into new ocean regions through human activity, including transport within ship ballast water, sometimes successfully, establishing new populations far from their original native range. This particular pathway for accidental species introduction represents an ongoing concern for marine conservation, since introduced jellyfish species can sometimes disrupt local ecosystems that had not previously evolved alongside that particular species' presence. Considering how successfully certain jellyfish species have managed to establish themselves in entirely new ocean regions, offers a genuine reminder of just how adaptable and resilient these ancient creatures continue to prove themselves to be, even under considerably unusual and unplanned circumstances. Jellyfish continue to serve as a genuine reminder that studying the natural world rewards patience, since some of the most fascinating discoveries emerge only through sustained, careful attention. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's especially long journey through fascinating facts about jellyfish, these remarkable creatures continue serving as a genuine reminder that studying the natural world consistently rewards patience. Since some of the most genuinely fascinating discoveries only emerge through sustained, careful attention extended across considerable time. This broader lesson extends well beyond jellyfish biology alone, offering valuable insight applicable throughout nearly any subject worth exploring in careful, patient detail. Considering how much patient attention jellyfish research continues to reward, offers a fitting reminder that genuine scientific discovery rarely happens instantly, but instead unfolds gradually through sustained, careful curiosity. Jellyfish species have been found to display distinct color changes during certain life stages, potentially serving as a visual signal related to reproductive readiness. Certain jellyfish species have been observed displaying distinct color changes during particular life stages, sometimes coinciding with reproductive readiness, suggesting these color shifts may serve as a visual signal relevant toward successful mating within that particular species. Researchers continue studying exactly how significant these color changes prove to be for successful jellyfish reproduction across different species. Considering that jellyfish coloration may carry reproductive significance, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much subtle communication potential exists, even within creatures generally assumed to rely primarily on chemical, rather than visual signaling. Jellyfish species have been found capable of surviving injuries that would prove fatal to considerably more complex animals, given their decentralized body structure and nervous system. Because jellyfish possess a decentralized body structure and nervous system without any single vital organ whose damage would prove immediately fatal, they can often survive injuries, including the loss of significant portions of their bell or tentacles that would prove immediately fatal to considerably more complex animals relying on centralized vital organs. This remarkable injury tolerance further supports jellyfish's overall reputation as genuinely resilient survivors, well adapted toward enduring considerable physical damage, while still remaining capable of continued survival and eventual recovery. Considering how much physical damage jellyfish can potentially survive, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much resilience their decentralized biological structure ultimately provides. Jellyfish species have been found responding to the presence of other jellyfish nearby, potentially indicating some limited form of basic social awareness. Some research suggests jellyfish may respond in subtle, measurable ways to the presence of other nearby jellyfish, potentially indicating some limited basic form of social awareness, even without anything resembling the more sophisticated social cognition seen throughout considerably more complex animals. This kind of subtle responsiveness adds further nuance toward researchers' ongoing effort to fully understand the true extent of jellyfish behavioral and sensory capability. Considering that jellyfish may possess even this limited basic social awareness, offers a genuine reminder that meaningful behavioral complexity can exist along a considerably broader spectrum than commonly assumed throughout much of the animal kingdom. Jellyfish species have been found in research studies to exhibit distinct swimming patterns when navigating around physical obstacles compared to open water swimming. Researchers studying jellyfish navigation have documented distinct swimming pattern adjustments when jellyfish encounter physical obstacles compared to their more typical swimming pattern observed within open, unobstructed water, suggesting some meaningful capacity for basic environmental navigation and obstacle avoidance. This navigational capability further illustrates just how much practical environmental responsiveness jellyfish achieve, despite lacking any centralized brain to guide more deliberate navigational decision-making. Considering how effectively jellyfish navigate around physical obstacles offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical spatial awareness can emerge from their relatively simple distributed nervous system. Jellyfish species have been found to vary considerably in how quickly they can regenerate lost or damaged tentacles, depending on the particular species and extent of injury. The speed at which jellyfish successfully regenerate lost or damaged tentacles can vary considerably depending on the particular species involved and the overall extent of the original injury, with some species managing relatively rapid regeneration while others require a considerably longer recovery period. This variation offers researchers valuable comparative insight into the different underlying regenerative mechanisms different jellyfish species have developed throughout their evolutionary history. Considering how much regenerative speed can vary among different jellyfish species offers a genuine appreciation for just how much underlying biological diversity exists, even within this single shared regenerative capability. Jellyfish species have been found capable of detecting subtle pressure changes within the surrounding water, which may help them sense approaching storms or significant weather changes. Jellyfish possess sensory capabilities, allowing them to detect subtle pressure changes within the surrounding water, which may help them sense approaching storms or other significant weather changes, potentially allowing them to adjust their swimming depth or behavior in anticipation of these upcoming environmental disturbances. This pressure sensing capability adds yet another valuable sensory tool toward the broader collection of environmental sensing abilities jellyfish rely upon for successful ongoing survival. Considering that jellyfish may be able to anticipate approaching storms through pressure sensing, offers a genuine appreciation for just how attuned these creatures remain toward even the subtlest environmental changes occurring within their surrounding ocean habitat. Jellyfish species have occasionally been documented displaying what researchers describe as exploratory behavior when encountering unfamiliar objects or environments. Researchers studying jellyfish behavior have occasionally documented what they describe as exploratory behavior when jellyfish encounter unfamiliar objects or unfamiliar surrounding environments, suggesting some basic capacity for investigative behavior beyond simple automatic reflexive responses alone. This kind of documented exploratory behavior adds further nuance toward the broader ongoing scientific effort to fully understand the true extent of jellyfish behavioral sophistication despite their relatively simple underlying nervous system. Considering that jellyfish display even this basic exploratory behavior offers a genuine reminder that curiosity of some limited form may exist considerably more broadly throughout the animal kingdom than commonly assumed. Jellyfish species continue to be an important subject for ongoing conservation discussion, given their complex and sometimes contradictory relationship with broader ocean ecosystem health. Jellyfish continue to occupy a genuinely complex and sometimes contradictory position within broader ocean conservation discussions, given their role as both a valuable, natural component of healthy ocean ecosystems and their occasional status as an indicator of ecosystem imbalance when blooms occur in response to declining predator populations or other human-caused environmental disturbances. Understanding this complex dual role remains important for developing thoughtful, balanced conservation approaches that neither demonize nor ignore the genuine ecological significance jellyfish continue to hold. Considering how complex jellyfish's overall relationship with ocean ecosystem health genuinely proves to be offers a genuine reminder that effective conservation requires nuanced understanding rather than oversimplified. Conclusions. Jellyfish species remind us that evolutionary age does not necessarily correlate with evolutionary stagnation, since jellyfish continue actively adapting even after hundreds of millions of years. Despite having existed for more than 500 million years, jellyfish continue actively adapting and evolving even today, demonstrating that evolutionary age does not necessarily correlate with evolutionary stagnation, but can instead reflect a genuinely successful and continuously refined biological strategy, still capable of further adaptation and change. This ongoing capacity for continued adaptation helps explain why jellyfish continue thriving successfully, even as broader ocean conditions continue shifting due to various environmental pressures. Considering that jellyfish continue actively adapting despite their already ancient evolutionary history offers a genuine appreciation for just how much continued evolutionary flexibility remains available, even within species possessing such a remarkably long, established evolutionary track record. Jellyfish species have been found capable of detecting minute vibrations produced by struggling prey caught within nearby tentacles, helping guide additional feeding response. When prey becomes trapped within a jellyfish's tentacles, the resulting struggling movement produces minute vibrations that surrounding sensory structures can detect, helping trigger further feeding responses, including guiding the prize captured prey more efficiently toward the central mouth opening for consumption. This vibration detection capability adds further precision toward the jellyfish's overall feeding process beyond the initial capture alone. Considering how much sensory precision surrounds even the later stages of jellyfish feeding, offers a genuine appreciation for just how thoroughly refined this entire feeding process has become through countless generations of evolutionary refinement. Jellyfish species have occasionally been found containing surprisingly complex chemical compounds within their venom, despite their relatively simple overall body structure. Jellyfish venom often contains a surprisingly complex mixture of different chemical compounds, each potentially serving slightly different functions, ranging from prey immobilization to defensive deterrence against potential predators. Researchers continue working to fully catalog and understand the complete chemical composition of venom produced by different jellyfish species. Considering just how chemically complex jellyfish venom can prove to be, despite the animal's outwardly simple body structure, offers a genuine reminder that biological simplicity in overall body plan does not necessarily extend toward every aspect of an organism's underlying biochemistry. Jellyfish species have been documented adjusting their typical swimming direction in response to detecting concentrated areas of prey through chemical or physical sensory cues. Once jellyfish detect signs of concentrated prey availability through their various chemical or physical sensory capabilities, they can adjust their typical swimming direction accordingly, moving purposefully toward these more promising feeding opportunities rather than continuing to drift or swim randomly through less productive surrounding water. This directed movement toward detected prey concentrations illustrates meaningful goal-directed behavior emerging from their relatively simple distributed nervous system. Considering how purposefully jellyfish can direct their movement toward detected feeding opportunities offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical behavioral sophistication exists within their seemingly basic underlying biology. Jellyfish species continue to be featured in ongoing research, exploring how ancient animal lineages can offer valuable insight into the earliest chapters of animal evolution more broadly. Because jellyfish represent one of the earliest branching lineages within the broader animal kingdom, ongoing research continues exploring how studying their biology can offer valuable insight into the earliest chapters of animal evolution. More broadly, including how the very first nervous systems, digestive structures, and sensory capabilities may have originally developed. This research carries significance, extending well beyond jellyfish biology alone, contributing toward humanity's broader scientific understanding of how complex animal life gradually emerged from simpler ancestral starting points. Considering how much broader evolutionary insight continues emerging from jellyfish, research offers a genuine appreciation for just how significantly these ancient creatures continue contributing toward answering some of biology's most fundamental questions regarding life's own long evolutionary history. Jellyfish species have been found to demonstrate varying tolerance levels toward temperature extremes, with some species surviving surprisingly cold or warm conditions compared to others. Different jellyfish species display considerable variation in their tolerance toward temperature extremes, with certain polar-adapted species surviving successfully in near-freezing water, while others thrive specifically within warm, tropical conditions that would prove immediately fatal to their cold water relatives. This temperature tolerance variation reflects millions of years of specialized adaptation toward each species' particular typical ocean environment. Considering how differently various jellyfish species have adapted toward temperature extremes offers a genuine appreciation for just how thoroughly evolution has fine-tuned each species toward its own particular environmental niche. Jellyfish species have been observed using their tentacles not only for capturing prey, but also occasionally for exploring and testing nearby surfaces or objects. Beyond their primary role in prey capture, jellyfish tentacles have occasionally been observed being used to explore and test nearby surfaces or unfamiliar objects, suggesting a secondary sensory function beyond simple hunting alone. This dual-purpose use of their tentacles illustrates just how efficiently jellyfish have adapted a single anatomical structure to serve multiple different practical functions simultaneously. Considering how efficiently jellyfish tentacles serve multiple different purposes offers a genuine appreciation for just how much functional versatility exists within even their comparatively simple anatomical structures. Jellyfish species have been found capable of surviving considerable physical compression during storms or turbulent water conditions without suffering permanent structural damage. Because jellyfish bodies consist primarily of a flexible water-rich gel-like substance, they can often survive considerable physical compression during storms or particularly turbulent water conditions without suffering the kind of permanent structural damage that would seriously harm animals with more rigid skeletal structures. This flexible resilience represents another example of how jellyfish's seemingly fragile appearance actually masks considerable underlying physical toughness and adaptability. Considering how well jellyfish tolerate physical compression during turbulent conditions, offers a genuine appreciation for just how deceptively resilient their soft, flexible bodies genuinely prove to be. Jellyfish species continue to captivate underwater photographers and filmmakers, given their otherworldly appearance and graceful movement through the water. The otherworldly translucent appearance and graceful pulsing movement of jellyfish has made them a consistently popular subject for underwater photographers and documentary filmmakers, hoping to capture their genuinely striking visual beauty on camera. This considerable visual appeal has helped introduce countless people around the world toward jellyfish biology and behavior who might not otherwise have had the opportunity to observe these creatures directly within their natural ocean habitat. Considering how much visual fascination jellyfish continue to inspire among photographers and filmmakers, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much natural beauty exists within even the simplest and most ancient of ocean creatures. Jellyfish species have been found to demonstrate distinct behavioral responses when transitioning between different water depths, particularly regarding pressure adjustment. As jellyfish transition between different water depths, their bodies must successfully adjust to the changing pressure conditions, relying on their relatively simple internal structure, lacking the kind of gas-filled cavities that would otherwise create serious complications during rapid depth changes for animals like fish, possessing an internal swim bladder. This lack of gas-filled internal structures actually offers jellyfish a genuine advantage, allowing considerably more flexible depth changes without the same pressure-related risks other marine animals must carefully manage. Considering how effortlessly jellyfish handle depth changes compared to many other marine animals, offers a genuine appreciation for just how their simple body structure inadvertently provides a meaningful practical advantage. Jellyfish species have occasionally been found forming unusual associations with drifting seaweed or algae mats, providing additional shelter or feeding opportunities. Jellyfish have occasionally been documented forming loose associations with drifting seaweed or algae mats, which may provide additional shelter from predators or create favorable conditions for encountering concentrated prey gathering around that same floating vegetation. This kind of opportunistic association further illustrates jellyfish's overall adaptability in taking advantage of whatever beneficial environmental features happen to be available within their immediate surroundings. Considering how opportunistically jellyfish take advantage of floating vegetation, offers a genuine appreciation for just how resourcefully these creatures continue exploiting every available advantage within their ocean environment. Jellyfish species have been studied for insight into how simple filter-based feeding structures can achieve remarkably efficient food capture at a microscopic scale. Certain jellyfish species rely on remarkably fine microscopic structures to capture extremely small prey items, achieving impressive feeding efficiency, despite operating at a scale far smaller than what human eyes could easily observe. Without specialized magnification equipment, researchers studying these microscopic feeding structures continue gaining valuable insight into efficient small-scale filtration principles, potentially relevant toward various engineering and filtration applications, extending well beyond marine biology alone. Considering how much practical engineering insight continues emerging from studying jellyfish's microscopic feeding structures, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much scientific value can be found, even at the smallest possible biological scale. Jellyfish species remain subject to ongoing taxonomic revision as genetic analysis continues, revealing new insight into their true evolutionary relationships. Ongoing genetic analysis continues, revealing new insight into the true evolutionary relationships connecting different jellyfish species, sometimes resulting in taxonomic revisions that reorganize how particular species are classified relative to one another based on this improved genetic understanding. This ongoing taxonomic refinement reflects the genuinely active and continuously evolving nature of jellyfish scientific classification, rather than representing any kind of fixed, permanently settled system. Considering how much taxonomic revision continues occurring even today, offers a genuine reminder that scientific classification remains an ongoing evolving process, rather than a completed static system. Jellyfish species have been found displaying subtle differences in behavior between morning and evening hours beyond simply their broader daily depth migration pattern. Beyond the broader daily vertical migration pattern already discussed, researchers have documented more subtle behavioral differences between morning and evening hours, including variations in feeding intensity and overall activity level throughout each daily cycle. These finer behavioral distinctions add further nuance toward researchers' overall understanding of jellyfish daily rhythms, extending beyond the simpler broad depth migration pattern alone. Considering how much subtle daily behavioral variation exists within jellyfish populations, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much detailed rhythm and pattern underlies their seemingly simple daily existence. Jellyfish species have been found capable of adjusting their overall body size somewhat through dehydration and rehydration in response to certain environmental stresses. Under certain environmental stress conditions, some jellyfish species have been observed adjusting their overall body size somewhat through controlled dehydration and later rehydration once conditions improve, representing another example of the flexible adaptive strategies these creatures rely upon for successful survival. This size adjustment capability offers yet another example of jellyfish's overall physical flexibility, extending beyond simply their well-known regenerative capabilities alone. Considering that jellyfish can adjust their own body size through this dehydration process, offers a genuine appreciation for just how many creative physiological strategies these ancient creatures continue to rely upon. Jellyfish species continue to offer inspiration for children's education and public science outreach, given their approachable visual appeal and genuinely fascinating underlying biology. The approachable visual appeal, combined with genuinely fascinating underlying biology, has made jellyfish a popular and effective subject for children's science education and broader public science outreach efforts, helping introduce younger audiences toward genuine scientific curiosity regarding the natural world. This educational value extends the broader positive impact jellyfish continue, providing well beyond their direct ecological role alone. Considering how effectively jellyfish serve as an entry point toward broader scientific curiosity among younger audiences, offers a genuine appreciation for just how valuable these creatures continue proving themselves to be across such a previous, genuinely wide range of different beneficial contexts. Jellyfish species have been documented displaying subtle preference towards certain water clarity conditions, potentially influencing where particular blooms are most likely to occur. Certain jellyfish species appear to display subtle preferences toward particular water clarity conditions, with some thriving more successfully within clearer water, while others tolerate or even prefer somewhat murkier conditions, potentially influencing where particular bloom events are most likely to eventually occur. Understanding these particular clarity preferences has helped researchers refine their broader predictive models, attempting to anticipate where and when future jellyfish blooms might most likely develop. Considering how much water clarity preference can influence jellyfish distribution offers a genuine appreciation for just how many subtle environmental factors ultimately combine together to shape where and when these creatures successfully thrive. Jellyfish species have been found to display subtle differences in how they respond to captivity compared to their natural open ocean behavior, offering researchers valuable comparative insight. Researchers studying jellyfish within aquarium settings have documented subtle behavioral differences compared to their natural open ocean behavior, offering valuable comparative insight into how captivity conditions may influence jellyfish activity, feeding patterns, and overall well-being. This comparative research helps aquarium curators continue refining care practices to better support healthy jellyfish behavior within managed care settings. Considering how much valuable insight continues emerging from comparing captive and wild jellyfish behavior offers a genuine appreciation for just how thoughtfully modern aquariums continue working to better understand and support the animals within their care. Jellyfish species have occasionally been found capable of surviving brief exposure to unusually low salinity conditions during heavy rainfall events near river mouths. Certain jellyfish species have demonstrated surprising tolerance toward brief exposure to unusually low salinity conditions, particularly near river mouths, during periods of heavy rainfall when considerable freshwater temporarily dilutes the surrounding coastal seawater. This tolerance allows these particular jellyfish species to successfully inhabit coastal regions that might otherwise prove too environmentally variable for less adaptable marine species to successfully tolerate. Considering how well certain jellyfish tolerate these challenging salinity fluctuations offers a genuine appreciation for just how broadly adaptable their underlying physiology continues to prove itself across genuinely challenging environmental circumstances. Jellyfish species continue to be referenced within broader public conversations regarding ocean health, serving as an accessible entry point for discussing larger marine conservation topics. Because jellyfish blooms and their sometimes visible presence along beaches attract considerable public attention and curiosity, these creatures have become a genuinely accessible entry point for broader public conversations regarding ocean health, climate change, and marine conservation more generally. This accessible public interest helps translate abstract, broader ocean health concerns into something considerably more immediate and relatable for everyday people encountering jellyfish during a simple beach visit. Considering how effectively jellyfish serve as an accessible gateway toward broader ocean conservation awareness offers a genuine appreciation for just how valuable these creatures continue proving themselves as an entry point toward important, broader environmental conversations. Jellyfish species have been found to display consistent individual differences in typical activity level, with some individuals consistently more active than others within the same population. Just as researchers have documented apparent individual personality differences among other animal species, some jellyfish research has similarly noted consistent individual differences in typical activity level with certain individuals, displaying consistently higher activity compared to other more subdued individuals within that very same broader population. This kind of documented individual variation adds further support toward the broader idea that even relatively simple organisms like jellyfish may display meaningful individual behavioral differences rather than existing as perfectly uniform, interchangeable members of their species. Considering that individual jellyfish may display their own consistent behavioral tendencies, offers a genuine reminder that even simple animals are best understood as individuals rather than uniform representatives of their broader species. Jellyfish species have been found capable of surviving temporary oxygen depletion events by reducing their overall metabolic activity until conditions improve. When facing temporary oxygen depletion events, certain jellyfish species have demonstrated the ability to reduce their overall metabolic activity, helping conserve limited available oxygen until surrounding conditions eventually improve. Normal activity can safely resume. This metabolic flexibility represents another valuable survival strategy, contributing toward jellyfish's overall remarkable resilience across a wide range of challenging environmental circumstances. Considering how effectively jellyfish can temporarily reduce their metabolic needs during challenging conditions, offers a genuine appreciation for just how many different survival strategies these ancient creatures continue to rely upon. Jellyfish species continue to demonstrate that biological success can take remarkably different forms compared to the complexity-based success typically associated with animals like mammals or birds. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's extended journey, jellyfish continue demonstrating that genuine biological success can take remarkably different forms compared to the complexity-based success more typically associated with animals like mammals or birds, possessing considerably more elaborate nervous systems and behavioral repertoires. This alternative successful evolutionary path offers a valuable broader reminder that nature does not recognize any single universal definition of success, but instead rewards whatever particular strategy proves genuinely effective within a given set of environmental circumstances. Considering how differently jellyfish success compares against more commonly celebrated complex animal success, offers a genuine appreciation for just how many different valid paths toward evolutionary success ultimately exist throughout the natural world. Jellyfish species have been found to display distinct responses to different light colors, suggesting some degree of color sensitivity, despite lacking complex eyes in most species. Even jellyfish species lacking the more complex eyes found in box jellyfish have been found to display measurably different responses to different colors of light, suggesting some meaningful degree of basic color sensitivity built into their simpler light-detecting structures. This capability adds further nuance toward understanding just how much environmental information even the simplest jellyfish light-sensing organs can successfully extract and respond to. Considering that even simple jellyfish light receptors can distinguish between different colors, offers a genuine appreciation for just how much sensory sophistication can emerge from remarkably basic underlying biological structures. Jellyfish species continue to be featured in ongoing biomimicry research, where engineers study their unique characteristics for potential technological applications, extending beyond simple movement alone. Beyond the swimming mechanics already discussed, engineers continue exploring various other jellyfish characteristics, including their transparency, their flexible body structure, and their efficient sensory systems for potential broader technological application extending across fields, including soft robotics, sensor design, and materials engineering. This ongoing biomimicry research reflects a growing broader recognition that hundreds of millions of years of evolutionary refinement have produced genuinely valuable engineering solutions worth carefully studying and potentially adapting toward human technological challenges. Considering how many different technological fields continue drawing inspiration from jellyfish biology offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical value continues emerging from careful study of these ancient, simple creatures. Jellyfish species have been found capable of adjusting their pulsing rate in response to detecting nearby food concentrations, allowing more efficient prey encounter rates. Jellyfish can adjust their swimming pulse rate when detecting nearby concentrations of prey, allowing them to either slow down to more carefully capture already detected food or speed up when actively searching a wider area for additional prey. Feeding opportunities. This adaptive pulsing behavior demonstrates a genuinely responsive feeding strategy rather than a fixed, unchanging swimming pattern regardless of surrounding conditions. Considering how responsively jellyfish adjust their swimming behavior based on detected food availability offers a genuine appreciation for just how much practical behavioral flexibility exists within their seemingly simple underlying nervous system. Jellyfish species remind us that studying the ocean continues to reveal creatures whose biology challenges our everyday assumptions about what counts as a successful or sophisticated animal. Considering everything explored throughout tonight's especially long journey, through fascinating facts about jellyfish, these remarkable creatures continue reminding us that studying the ocean continues revealing animals whose biology genuinely challenges everyday assumptions regarding what should count as a successful or sophisticated living creature. Jellyfish accomplish so much survival, reproduction, sensing, and even limited learning using biological tools far simpler than what most people would assume necessary, offering a genuinely humbling lesson in efficient design. Considering how much jellyfish continue to challenge conventional assumptions about biological sophistication offers a fitting closing thought as tonight's journey through their strange and beautiful world finally comes to its own gentle end. As tonight's especially long journey through 100 fascinating facts about jellyfish gradually comes to its own close, it feels worth remembering that these ancient pulsing creatures continue drifting through the ocean tonight, exactly as they have for more than 500 million years, completely indifferent to whether anyone happens to be watching. There is something genuinely comforting in that continuity, knowing these simple, resilient survivors will likely continue their quiet, ancient rhythm long after tonight's particular journey has ended. Thank you again so much for spending this time with me, exploring the strange and beautiful world of jellyfish. If you found this journey worthwhile, please do consider liking this video and subscribing, since it genuinely helps more curious minds discover this kind of content going forward.